Hey everyone, it's Angela with Mystic Moon, bringing you guys a Karmic Relationship reading. First off, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody that has subscribed and commented on my channel. You guys have had just the most wonderful things to say. You literally make my day every single time I roll through those comments. They're just so beautiful. So I appreciate all of your kind words. And anybody out there that has given me a shout out, which is Eric from Erica Hippie Tarot. She just gave me a really wonderful shout out, made my day. So thank you so much. I love her. And if you guys haven't subscribed to her channel, I suggest you do so. She's another wonderful twin flame reader. Anyway, so I'm just going to go ahead and get started, and we're just going to jump into it. Obviously, you can see I have like a shit ton of decks here, which is what I normally do because I just need a bunch of variety of things for some reason. I just channel better that way. I need the variety. So we are going to kind of stick to somewhat of an outline, I guess, and it might just kind of flow into other readings as well. So I don't know. I'm not sure how I'm going to work this. All I know is that this is usually the deck that I use. This is the Ro-Rig Tarot when we are talking about karmic relationships. So I guess what I'm going to say is that your divine masculines or feminines, whoever's watching, they're going to be represented by the kings and as well as the knights of this deck. Now the kings in this deck are prince. It's a prince and a knight. So I'm looking for those as indicators of your divine masculine. And as far as the emperor goes, is going to be 3D divine masculine, and the hierophant would be the 5D divine masculine. Divine feminines are going to be empresses. They're going to be queens. Any karmic partners, and the high priestess for 5D. Any karmic partners are going to come through as princesses. Okay, so this is going to be the karmic partner. That's just the way I like to label it in this deck. And so that way when they pop out, I know exactly what we're talking about here. So we're going to see what is currently going on in the karmic relationship that your divine masculine is having at this current time. And I will go ahead and give some indications on astrological signs, but do not get caught up in the astrological signs. It's just, I like to include it because it could be a special message out there for someone, but don't let that deter you from the message. Because if it's like, let's just say, you know that your divine masculine's current partner is a Virgo, but it comes up as a Princess of Cups. Don't let that deter you from the message. I don't know, I'm feeling these. I'm just going to take them. They just kind of flopped out. So we're going to take these as our opening message here for the karmic relationship. Okay, so right now what we have here is we have a stalemate right now. So these two people, so your divine masculine as well as his karmic partner, they're in the stalemate type of a position. So actually what I'm seeing is a little bit of a pause, a little bit of a hold. Why is that happening? Well, let's take a look. Wow, Six of Swords reversed. This is this indication of being stuck in something. I do love the depiction on this deck because it does show this maze. And it seems like it's hard to get through this maze to get through to calmer waters. So when it comes up in its reverse position, that's always an indication to me that we're still in stormy charters or whatever, just the charts. I don't even know why I can't say that right. The waters are just kind of stormy. And so I'm actually seeing right now that there is a little bit of movement going on, but it's not positive movement forward. It's more of like either staying stuck here in the stalemate or things are just rocky at this time. Oh, look at this, the Death card, but it's in reversed. This is something that this couple may be in a shitstorm right now, and they're really just kind of like, it's a tug of war. Maybe neither one of them is happy, but for some reason they're not getting out of the situation. Why on earth wouldn't you want to get out of a situation that that's not working anymore? I'm telling you, it's karma. There's something that they obviously still need to balance out, or a lesson that needs to be learned. And so because of that, they still continue to kind of stay stuck within this karma. And so neither one of them really grows or moves forward because neither one of them is willing to do shit, which is move on and let go of the relationship. So it's come up before that the divine feminine, I'm sorry, not the divine feminine, the karmic partner doesn't want to let go of your divine masculine. But what I'm seeing here is that he's equally participating in this. So really try not to blame the other party for what's not happening, that he can't get away or he can't do this or he can't do that. Well, the thing is that everybody makes their own choices. So your divine masculine is going to have to conjure up the strength to do what needs to be done and what's necessary. But he's not doing anything right now. That's just what's coming up. All right, what else? Okay, so we have the Three of Wands. Three of Wands is a very positive card. So to me, that's an indicator that at some point, well, threes to me, it doesn't mean it in every single suit, okay? Three of Cups, Three of Swords, sometimes can be like three people. But this one in particular, I kind of feel like it is a little bit of a triangle because we are talking about a karmic relationship having to do with a twin flame. So that means that there's three parties involved. I feel that there's definitely a higher purpose for everything that's going on right now, which is what I'm getting for this card. And just so you guys know, I'm reading intuitively. I don't always go with the actual meaning of the card, so I'm just putting that out there. But the Three of Wands in this deck, to me, it really just shows somebody that's on a path to ascension. They're on a path to basically a bigger than themselves type of a situation, okay? So basically what I'm seeing with this card is just like Spirit's reminder that this situation that's going on is much bigger than what you see at hand. It's for a higher purpose. Allow it to happen. Try not to fight it so much. Just allow your divine masculine to get through this shit because he has to. It's a part of his lesson. It was supposed to be difficult for him. It wasn't supposed to be easy. He's supposed to be a fighter. He's supposed to conquer this situation. He's not supposed to just sit there and do nothing, which is what he's probably doing right now. So you got to give him some time. You got to give him some space to basically get it figured out. Because if he can't rise to that status, then you know what? He's not ready right now anyways. And it's not going to probably work for you anyways. So that's the plan though. The three of you are in this cycle and you guys are kind of in this together energetically. So make sure that the energy that you're sending to the situation is positive. And yes, even to her. And I know that will probably be very hard for some of you to hear. And the reason why is because she's a bitch. She is blocking your divine masculine from any contact with you. She has said terrible things about you. She has slandered you. She outright hates you. Maybe she's stalking you. I mean, who knows what's going on? And it doesn't make any of those things okay. But you've got to get your energy in check. Because if you continue to pour negative energy and fear, and for one, give her that much power, like she has that much power over your happiness, fuck that. That is not what you want to be in. You want to be in an empowered state where you're not freaking worried about it. There is nothing that this bitch has on you that she can't touch you. She can't touch the situation. You know that you're divine masculine and you have a special connection, and they don't have it. We can see it. It's a karmic. It's not working. Okay. It's just a matter of time. So really try to put yourself into that higher energy and stay there. And if you're going to send love and light to your divine masculine, I really suggest doing it also to the karmic, because that will only help to heal her. So that way she can let go as well, because we have two people that are stuck and two people that are not willing to let go. I just want you to concentrate again on the two. It's a combined party here. It is a combined effort that's going on here. It's not just the divine masculine who's stuck. It's her too. They're both stuck. And really everybody's stuck because of it. Okay, so that's just what I'm being guided to say. All right, this one wanted to fly out. Yeah, Four of Swords energy. So this is going to continue is what Spirit's saying. This Four of Swords energy, unfortunately, like when we pull back and we kind of go into that hermit mode, which the Four of Swords energy is really about just pulling away, going within, taking a break, taking a rest. But when it comes up in its reverse position, this can sometimes have the opposite effect where we're pulling ourselves away from things or not participating in life because that's just how we're coping with things. We're hiding. So I'm kind of seeing this energy where there should be this introspection that's going on. There should be this time being spent away from you that's actually he's growing, he's doing well. And I'm not saying he's not, but he's not utilizing this properly. He's not. He's very stuck. They're stuck in this thing. So what I'm seeing is like not a lot of positive movement forward for this divine masculine. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. I'm just talking about the energy of today. So don't get stuck on that it's not going to happen. I'm just talking about the energies of today. He's stuck for some reason. I don't know. Maybe he's having a bad day. Maybe he's sick right now. That could even be an indication too. I've seen this card come out where people are actually physically ill. He's just in this recovery mode and he's just not feeling that great. And so because of that, he's not really doing a lot of work as to get out of the situation that he needs to get out of. That one wanted to pop out, but it didn't. Oh, that one wants to pop out. Queen of Wands. So the divine feminine makes her appearance. This could be a divine feminine who is a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Again, don't concentrate on the sign. This is just the woman that's coming through. So it could be a special message for some of those signs out there. So take that if you want to. You could just have a fiery energy. The Queen of Wands is somebody who's just very passionate. She's very passionate. She's very spiritual as well. And she's just somebody who gets shit done. She doesn't take crap. She's not the Queen of Swords per se, but she is very powerful. And so look at how serious she looks. I mean, she looks like a badass, and that's exactly what she is. But the thing is it's just this reminder that the Queen of Swords, or the Queen of Wands, she knows. She knows what's going on. She knows what the deal is. She's not stupid. She knows that her divine masculine, it's just buying time or wasting time or whatever. It's just a matter of time before he figures the situation out. But she knows that he's going to have to figure it out for himself. And she's just going to kind of have to sit back and be reserved for a little bit of time. She has this inner knowingness that she just knows. Oh, that one wanted to pop out. That's the Queen of Cups. Okay, so we have another divine feminine that's making her way into the spread. So this tells me that we're working with a couple of different energies for divine feminines here. And it's not always just one energy. Collectively, there's a lot of things that come through at one time. But this is a specific divine feminine that's making her way into the reading. She could be a water sign. She could be a Pisces. She could be a Scorpio, or she could be a... I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on the third one. Cancer. Sorry about that. So the Queen of Cups, when she comes up reversed though, so this is coming across as a woman who is having a hard time emotionally. She may be depressed. She may be very, very sad. She may be very resentful. And she just may be really down in the dumps. Like she just feels like she's losing hope. Okay. So again, you don't have to be one of those signs to be feeling this. This could just be depicting what you're feeling at this time. So if you're one of these divine feminines, you know, then these messages might have a special, they might pertain special to you. Okay, and then we have the Judgment card. So yes, when the Judgment card comes up for me, especially if we're talking about karmic situations, that has karma written all over it. Just like the Wheel of Fortune for me, same thing. But the Judgment card is a little bit more of an advanced card in the tarot because it's near the end, which is the 20, or this is 20. The next card is 21, the World, and then that's the end. So then we start all over again from scratch to the Fool, which is 0. So the Judgment card here just means that things are starting to speed up. Even though we don't see a lot of movement or we don't see a lot of growth happening within this situation with the divine masculine, it's almost like the universe steps in at this point and says, we're about ready to get this shit rolling. Okay. So what I'm really picking up on here is that these divine feminines, there's one that's very strong in her beliefs and she's strong in her truth. She feels confident, while there's the other divine feminines out there that are not feeling confident. They're losing hope. So, and the thing is, it's just that reminder from Spirit right now that the universe has your back. The universe isn't just going to allow this to continue and for you to be in misery forever. You know, some of them may be caught up in these karmic relationships for quite some time. But what I'm getting here is almost that reassurance to the divine feminine to try not to worry so much, that you will be given some sort of support or some sort of comfort during this time. Because justice or judgment, when it comes up, is just about people have to pay the reaper, or they have to balance their karma. It's time. It's Judgment Day. Let's get going here. So it's big. So to me, it's like the promise of the almost end of a cycle. Okay, so I was wondering if the karmic was ever going to show up. She did. So we've got the Princess of Cups here. This could, again, be a young water sign female here, but it doesn't have to be, okay? But this Princess of Cups is coming through. This person really does look at your divine masculine as somebody that she wants to be with. So this could be different than this first message that came through. This is a karmic partner who is really dreamy. She really is kind of pining, or not pining. She's putting all of her dreams and her hopes and her aspirations into your divine masculine. She thinks that he's the one. She thinks that he's her dream come true. But the thing is, this Page of Cups is coming through as she hasn't emotionally matured just yet. This could be a newer relationship for her. She could in fact be very young in years. But this is somebody who's coming through with like more of an innocent energy, not necessarily a manipulative energy. And I do want to take the time to say that, because in a lot of the karmic relationship spreads that I've done, it's like, oh, I keep when I say divine feminine, the karmic partner always comes through as this person that is just so damaged, and this person that's just so evil and just a mind player, a manipulator, all this other stuff. So I'm kind of glad that this card is coming up in its upright position, and it's coming up more of kind of like this gentle, innocent energy, because not all karmic relationships are going to be, bad the whole time. There could be a period of time where there is actually some hope. There's actually some happiness. And that is a part of the lesson for both parties involved. It's not meant to be miserable the entire time. Of course, we would love it to be that way, because we don't want to think of our divine masculines as being happy with anybody else but us. But the thing is, it's just Spirit's reminder to try to realize that everybody is who they are. Everybody is they're only at their level of understanding. And this person may have nothing to do with you. This person may not even know about you, or just has zero ill feelings towards you. Just because she's the karmic doesn't mean she's karmic with you, that she's trying to destroy your life or hates you. Maybe she's just trying to have a fresh start with your divine masculine. And it is karmic, so it's probably not going to go, long term or well. Maybe there will be issues and problems later on. But the thing is, she's innocent too in the situation. So that might be a special message for some of you divine feminines out there that are spending a lot of time blaming the karmic. I mean, if she's done something to you, I know it would be very hard not to do that, but it's trying to see the innocence, the immaturity, that there's a level of understanding that this person is only capable of. So try to handle them with more, understanding, if you get what I'm saying. I'm sure a lot of people are not going to like that. So this is sideways, so I'm going to read it both ways. We have the Seven of Discs here. So the Seven of Discs is a card where we just kind of take a pause and we're just not sure which direction to go. We've worked really hard and we're just kind of sitting there and we're trying to figure out what our next move is. So I think that there is really just kind of like that energy that people aren't really sure which way to go. I'm not only picking this up with the divine masculine and the karmic partner, I'm actually picking this up for the divine feminines too. Everybody's just kind of like exhausted. Everybody is just exhausted because some of these processes and some of these relationships have just been taking so long that it's literally taking a toll on everybody involved. Like, when the hell is this going to get cleared? When can we get moving? When can we get past this? When can we move forward with our relationship or growing or whatever? So that's kind of where everybody's at right now. They're just kind of trying to figure it out. And we already saw this with the Two of Swords energy even coming into the reading. It's very like no one's even making any really big moves. Unless it pops up and, here. Sorry, something just fell over. This is the divine masculine. So divine masculine, who is a fire sign, but doesn't have to be. Remember I said that. But this could be Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. So that could be a special message of who we're dealing with here. But again, don't box it in with that. So the King of Wands here, this is the divine masculine coming through. But I want you to see in this card here, his heart is stone. That's not typical of a fiery male. Usually a fiery male is full of passion. But maybe your divine masculine, who is a fire sign, and this is a special message for you, is that his heart is not full right now. And it's not that you wish that upon him, but just know that if you're worried that he is just so much happier without you, or he's so much happier with this karmic, that's a special message to you to say, you know what? Maybe he's just not that happy. Maybe he's in this relationship, but it's still not doing it for him. There's still something that's missing. This one just wanted to fall through. Yeah, some of your divine masculines are not even like really connected to their divine partner. Not their divine partner, to their karmic partner. They're just not. And the reason why is because they're just really concentrated on themselves. Even though they might be in these situations, I almost see some of these divine masculines as really just working on themselves in the material world. They're almost like they might be dealing with a karmic person, but they might not actually be spending a lot of time. You might think that they're spending a lot of time. For some of you might think that they're getting married or that they are living together. I mean, some of these scenarios might not even be true. You may have heard this from other people. You may have seen something on social media, and so you're drawing your own conclusions. What I'm really getting here is very much of an independence. Whatever your divine masculine is working on in the material world, it's like some of them are not working towards this union. They're not. It's like either at some point they're going to pull back and they just want to be single, or they're just really detached, even dealing with this karmic relationship. That's just what's coming through. Okay, so in regards to the future of 2018, let's go ahead and take a look at specific messages. I just want to know, where's this headed for the karmic partner in 2018? Okay, so we have the Lovers. The Lovers is all about choices, okay? And I love that it came up upright, because this has an indication that it's a choice about love, most likely, because we're talking about relationships. So somebody has to make a choice. Now, sometimes the Lovers can also indicate third parties. It means a choice between two people. So let's see where this is leading. Okay, so this is good, because the Five of Cups, when it's in its reverse position, is better than the upright. To me, this is an indication that somebody no longer wants to be blocked anymore. Do you see this path? And then it's a big block in the way, big wedge. They're no longer willing to deal with the wedge. It's almost like the choice that they make is to get rid of the wedge. So the thing is that if your divine masculine has been with somebody who's been keeping you and your divine masculine from communicating, or has literally put a wedge in between you and him, this could be the indicator that your divine masculine this year in 2018 decides to remove that block and remove that wedge from the picture. And why? Because he wants to experience a new beginning. Wow, that's really beautiful. So the Ace of Cups is that your cup is flowing over. Aces are ones. They're beginnings of something. There's something new on the horizon. They want to get rid of something here. That's interesting. So let's take a look. Okay. So then we have the Star, which is in the reverse position. So what I'm getting from this, and the Star is all about like renewal and healing, as well as divine guidance. And so what I'm seeing here is that even though that there is this new beginning, we also have the Star, which means there's doubts. There could be doubts within the faith of things. So people may have this beginning, this new beginning. It may be their dreams coming true, what they wished for, but maybe it's still not in the form that it should be in, or maybe there's still something that's not there. Maybe for some of these divine masculines, maybe they've just temporarily put away the karmic partner and they're coming back to you, but they're still attached. That's almost what's coming through, unfortunately. So I'm sorry that I kind of took that into a very positive ways, getting rid of the karmic. For some of them, they might, but for others, maybe they still won't, but they're going to still want to dabble back and forth. Yeah, we have the Empress, though. So that just definitely tells me that he does move forward towards the divine feminine. Okay. So this just could be a temporary thing where maybe there's just a little bit of a, we have a new fresh start, but then there's some doubts. Maybe somebody loses faith. Maybe somebody has still dealing with trust issues or something like that. It is connected to the divine feminine. I don't see that it's really the divine masculine with this issue. It's more her. Yeah, it's definitely something to do with cheating and lying. So it's almost like even though they have this fresh new start, those issues still remain. Okay, they still remain. The Seven of Swords energy is like, is he sneaking around? Is he going back and forth between her and I? What is he doing? There's almost like this worry still and this anxiety with the divine feminine. So I'm not trying to put a damper immediately. Yeah, and so what it ends up doing is it ends up creating this this flow. It blocks the flow. So, can she trust her divine masculine moving forward in 2018? It might just be in her head. It might just be her biggest fears. And because of it, she blocks the flow of this union. The Two of Pentacles to me is a twin flame card. It's usually an infinity symbol, but not in this deck. But it's still the same for me. This flow kind of stops because of this distrust. Does she have a right to feel this way? Okay, we had a couple of cards coming through. Well, it's talking about she needs to just use her intuition. So her intuition could be correct. It could be. There could be definitely some struggles going on So the struggles that she's feeling within herself, or that just like that inner knowingness of something is not right, maybe she needs to listen to that. So let's see. Is her divine masculine, is he going to still be fucking around? Can she trust him? You know, this card is that indication that's saying something is still not balanced. Something is still amiss. So what I'm actually getting here is that you guys may have the opportunity, or an opportunity may present itself with the relationship, because I don't really see the presence of the karmic partner too much moving forward. Now, that's not going to apply for everybody, but for some of you out there, your divine masculine may make a choice, or he may reach out to you, and he may still be hiding the karmic partner, and he may want to sneak around. And so this is this indication that you're too smart for this. You're too smart for it. You're smart in the 3D and you're smart in the 5D, because remember I said the High Priestess is 5D Divine Feminine and this is 3D Divine Feminine. So you're very much in your very positive power, all-knowing. Neither of these cards came up reversed, so it's like it's not really an issue for you. It's because you sense something. You sense something is off balance. You sense something isn't right. This is also the Sagittarius card, and I'm not dogging on Sagittarius because I'm a Sagittarius. But sometimes Sagittarians can be flaky and wishy-washy and just kind of, you know, you just don't know where you're at with them. It's just the way it goes, and men are even worse. I'm sorry to say that, but it's just true. Anyways, and that could be a special message for anybody that has a divine masculine out there that's a Sagittarius. But anyways, so the thing is, I just still see struggle. The 5s and 7s to me are cards of struggle. They're not great. So right after this like offer, so kind of like what I'm seeing here is like this offer of something like, hey, let's get together, let's hook up, let's go for a drink or something like that. And what ends up happening is like immediately there's this recognition that there's still issues, that nothing has really been resolved or worked on. Kind of like right here, the star is about just guidance, and it's about just being led, letting the universe or spirit illuminate the path. And it's kind of like things are just kind of unknown for me with this card here. It's like this bright light is bright enough to illuminate your path. So you just kind of have this inner knowingness and you move forward and you feel good about it. It's like the reason it's reversed is because something feels off and you have to pay attention to this. So I'm sorry to get you guys all excited about this brand new beginning. But yeah, with something being offered, it's like someone's putting someone aside, but they're coming forward towards their divine feminine, but they're still not healed. There's still bullshit going on. I'm so sorry, you guys. That totally sucks. So why don't we go ahead and take a look just further? And further into 2018. So why don't we just say like that was the first quarter of 2015? Did I say 15? I meant 2018. So yeah, that was maybe the first quarter of 2018. Why don't we go ahead and take a look at the second quarter, okay? So that's going to be, what is that, April, May, June? Okay, let's take a look there. Where is the divine masculine going to be? Is he still going to be with the karmic? Is he going to be coming forward to the divine feminine? Is it going to be great? Is it going to be positive? What's going on here? Okay, so we have the divine masculine here. Okay. All upright. So he shows up twice here. But he shows up in different suits. So we could be talking about air signs and also earth signs. It looks to me like the divine masculines that I'm channeling here, this has to do with, because they've been in such a state, like things have been in suspension for quite some time, okay? And for some, maybe not very long, but they've been kind of in this holding pattern. And the reason why is because they've been extremely worried about their finances. They've kind of felt like they don't belong in your world, or they're not good enough, or something like that. And so what they end up doing is they concentrate on this 10 of discs because that's what they want. They want this foundation in the 3D world. I'm seeing that this Prince of Discs, which is going to be Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus people, and also the air signs, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. Again, don't get stuck up on the signs. So they're just special messages. These divine masculines, that's kind of like what I see for the second quarter, is that they're more focused on their coins. They're more focused on the material world, not even focused. So these this set right here may not even be with their karmic partner anymore, but they might not be with you either, because I'm not seeing any union here either. It doesn't mean it can't happen, but I'm just saying it's like they're doing the work, they're getting serious, they're deciding to just kind of make a little bit of a sacrifice. And maybe that sacrifice is to be alone and be with nobody. They could still be spending time with somebody, but I'm just saying, like, I don't see love as being a concentration here. I don't see the divine feminine here, and I don't see the karmic. Doesn't mean they can't be there, but that's just what I'm seeing. So this particular divine masculine, a few here, is just really concentrating on that. They're tired of not having this. So they're willing to make the sacrifices now. They're willing to make the sacrifices rather than continuing to whine that they never got their chance, or they never got their footing in the world, or they never had the option or the ability to get what they wanted. It was theirs for the taking, but they missed their opportunity. It's like they're going to get serious. All right, third quarter, July, August, September. Okay. All right, that one, these all wanted to come up. Okay. All right, so these are kind of harsh. Sorry, guys. I always hate to give a negative, it's not hopeless, but just like more of like a kind of a reading where it's just like, really? Okay, what I'm seeing for this third set, or whatever you want to identify with, I do see specific Sagittarius or a fire sign. Just a fire sign, but Sagittarius in particularly, but again, don't try and make it fit. I'm seeing that the Six of Cups, especially when it's in its reverse position, it just means that somebody from their past they're not reconnecting with. So that person would be you, but it also could be the karmic, meaning that, let's just say him and the karmic break up. He's not coming back together in union with her or you. I'm just, again, still seeing this person either being single or they haven't given up the karmic partner yet. And we have the Six of Wands as the card. That's like he still needs to get through his shit. See the rocks here? He still needs to get to this beautiful path, and he hasn't done it yet. So he's still working towards something. The Emperor, again, it's the divine masculine energy. And so he's got to fight for it. He's got to fight for whatever it is that he's wanting in the world. And this Knight of Wands card too could be of like a very creative individual as well, where he's just like still working on his career. He's working on just creating something within the world. This Eight of Swords here, in traditional tarot, shows somebody who's tied up. Again, I'm seeing that there's still this divine masculine. He's still like connected to the karmic and the divine feminine. Very interesting. So we have two women in that card, and then the man in the middle. So because of it, it's like nobody wins. Nobody's really having this great union. No one's really getting there. He's still in this like mode of charging ahead and really concentrating on things that, he wants, rather than concentrating on his emotional side and connecting. Okay. All right, last quarter, let's take a look. Okay, so we do have the divine feminine, and we also have the karmic here. So we've got October, November, December. We have the sun. The sun's beautiful. The sun just means things are going to be illuminated. The path is going to be illuminated, and the sun is going to shine in people's affairs once again. Okay, kind of like things that were dead are going to start being lifted. Things are going to start to come to life again, or things are going to start to be revealed, is what I'm seeing here. Yeah, this third party situation here, what I'm seeing, it's like it's over. Okay, we have the Princess of Wands here too. So this could be an air sign and a fire sign, karmic, as well as an air sign female. But again, don't get caught up on that. Anyways, but this Three of Swords energy here is in its reverse position. So to me, it's a lot better, meaning that this Three of Swords is this karmic little triangle is about to end. It's about to end. It just is. This could also indicate too, even though I did say that the princesses were going to represent the karmics, this could actually represent the third parties here, the three people that are here. So that's going to end. And I like that it ended up with the sun, because that just means that in 2018, as we're getting towards the end of the year, for some it might be immediate, some it might be throughout the year. It doesn't have to be at the end of the year, October, November, December. But some of this may be very correct when it comes to the timing. It could be that you go through another 10 months or something until this starts to change, until you start to see something. But there is some sort of dynamic that is going to lead to positivity. So it doesn't necessarily indicate that just the divine feminine I mean, does the divine masculine, does he choose the divine feminine? Does he choose to stay with the karmic? Is he no longer willing to be in this situation with anybody? Does he pull away from all parties? What's his happiness? Is it alone? Is it with the karmic? Is it with the divine feminine? I have no freaking idea, so I'm going to have to keep shuffling. I'm just going to have to keep shuffling and see what happens to get that answer. Well, looky-loo. For me, not only is the Four of Wands a twin flame card, but the Two of Wands to me is a twin flame card. And the reason why, as you can see in this deck, is because there's the number 11. So that tells me that he does choose the divine feminine, not the karmic. So that's good news, because I was really ready to just like throw in the towel and just be like, you know what? I don't even think I can post this reading. It's so dark. It's so just like, it's like, it's hard. So anyways, I really hope that I don't take you guys down a negative path where you're just like, oh my God, I really wish I didn't click on this reading. It's just too much. This sucks. But we do have some resolution at the end. We pulled through, okay? Thank you, Spirit. We pulled through. You gave me a freaking lifeline at the end. I love that. So anyways, that is pretty much what's going on for the year of 2018 with the karmic partner. Now, again, this is not going to apply to every single situation out there. So try not to make it fit if it doesn't feel right. Just try not to do that. I think we all have a tendency to try to make every reading that we see out there fit our situation. And that's just not what you should do. You'll know within a few minutes, or even, like 5 to 10 minutes, whether you're watching one of my readings or somebody else's, that you're just like, I don't know what it is. It's not vibing. Maybe it just doesn't seem right. Click off. Don't watch it. Get rid of it. Don't take the messages, or take a few and get rid of the rest. Last thing that you want to do is set yourself up for disaster, especially if you're in a very positive way. So I'll go ahead and put a label on this, that there could be some triggers, or it's not all light. Okay, so what am I doing now? What am I doing here? Why am I shuffling these cards? What are we going to ask? Okay, so this is the Fairy Tarot cards from Doreen Virtue, which is one of my newer decks, and I absolutely love it. Love, love, love it. Okay. Okay, so forget the karmic. Forget the karmic. I don't want to talk about the karmic anymore, and I'm sure you guys don't either. So why don't we just go ahead and go into just something more positive. Well, we can't ever guarantee it's going to be positive, but we can always put that intention out there. Basically, we want to take a look at just 2018 as a whole. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to really pay attention to the seasons. Now, I know I've done a lot of readings lately that have really predicted as spring and autumn being significant months for reunion. But the thing is, you guys, that's not going to apply for everybody. And so if I bring similar messages, or if I bring different messages, try not to get confused and say, well, she said it was going to be autumn and now she's saying it's summer. This could just be different sets of messages for different people. So try to just hold on to your truth and don't let anything deter you from that. Okay? So I just kind of want to build a little bit of a storyline for the divine feminine and masculine. We have the King of Summer, which is the King of Cups. So immediately we could be talking about a water sign male, but it doesn't have to be. That's going to be your Cancers, your Scorpios, or your Pisces men. Okay? So the King of Summer. And I like this because the king, he has some sort of emotional mastery. He's matured. He's grown. This is a good thing, okay? It's like he's ready to share his cup finally. He's not really coming forth as a knight. He's standing in his strength his emotional strength is what he's doing. It's like he's mature enough now to have an actual relationship. Maybe he wasn't before, but he is now. And we have the Balance card. This is very interesting. So this Balance card could be Sagittarius. This is the Temperance card. So we could be talking about Sagittarius, either the divine feminine or masculine. Take whatever resonates, but you don't have to take that as a message. But this is all about taking everyone's input into consideration, merging viewpoints to create a better solution. Take your time. There's no need to rush. And so this is an indication that maybe this King of Summer, this King of Cups, is coming through, but he's not coming through. He's not rushing. He's not like the knight. He's not charging in. He's not charging in and pursuing you. Maybe this is somebody who is balancing his emotions right now. Moving forward into 2018, they're emotionally healing. They're emotionally balancing things out. They're taking their time. They're figuring it out. Look at this, you guys. Ace of Summer. This is the Ace of Cups. So this is open your heart to love, the beginning of a new intimate relationship or the rebirth of a current one, the awakening of psychic abilities or spiritual epiphanies. Wow. So I'm getting a couple of things from this. Not only is this King of Cups looking for a new start, okay, perhaps with his divine feminine, but I'm also seeing like this awakening of the spiritual, like a spiritual side of himself. Maybe he's starting to kind of become more aware of his spiritual side of life. Maybe he's on a spiritual journey right now, or he will shortly be on a spiritual journey. And this will really bring that balance that he's been seeking for quite some time. So it could be in the relation to a brand new, fresh start. But I feel like it also has to do with loving himself, kind of like coming full circle with himself and really starting to see how he is and who he is, and maybe his patterns or his emotions in his relationships. Eight of Autumn. It says do more research before proceeding. Education in the forms of seminars, going back to school, or apprenticeships. Excellent craftsmanship and long-term projects. And so, since we're still talking about the divine masculine, this could be somebody who is either still a student. This could be somebody who is like in college, or they are going towards some sort of a degree, or there's some particular craft or some sort of particular trade that they are in, that they are currently working in. That's where their energy is at. So their energy is not only on spiritual matters, but it's also on creating something as well. That's beautiful. I'm sorry that there's a glare over here. I don't know what to do about it. Ace of Autumn. Yeah, look at this. Another beginning. Okay, so that's interesting because in my last reading, when we talked about the suits or the seasons, we had spring and autumn, and now we're kind of getting summer and autumn. Very interesting. So that just kind of goes to show you that it really depends on what we're channeling at the time. Does that mean that the people that got the messages back or on that video, and resonated with it aren't going to be able to resonate with this one? Not necessarily. Things are constantly shifting. That's what I'm saying. Things are constantly shifting. Your divine masculine is shifting. So are you. How you felt yesterday isn't the way you feel today. Okay? The weather that was going on yesterday isn't the weather we're experiencing today. Things are constantly changing. So try not to get stuck on timelines. It's nice to have a timeline because it kind of gives you something to focus on and look forward to, but don't get stuck on them like it has to happen or it didn't happen in spring. What the fuck? Don't get caught up in that, please, because when you do that, you stop the flow. You stop the flow when you expect things and where you hold tightly onto your expectations. So try to let go, but we do have two aces that are representations of brand new beginnings. So I'm already seeing with this divine masculine, there's going to be some sort of new beginnings. So a beginning possibly in love, as well as a beginning in the material world for him. Maybe this is the year that he gets a new job, or he changes jobs, or he reaches that status within his career where he finally feels like he's on top. Whatever this is, it's an accomplishment. It's a new beginning. It's exciting and it's positive. Okay, so we have the King of Winter. So another divine masculine is making his appearance in the spread. So this just means that we're channeled in, or we're plugged into a variety, which we usually are, but there's a couple of messages that are coming through. This King of Winter could be your divine masculine who is an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, but it doesn't have to be. It just could be this air type of quality. So this is a man who's coming through. Again, he's full of knowledge. This says he's experienced, but he might be a little bit cold emotionally. Maybe this is somebody who is not like the King of Water. This is somebody entirely different. He is more logical with his approach to life. This could be somebody who is needing to work on their emotional side, and maybe they feel a little cold towards you. Maybe you haven't been able to combine your energies together and get through because they are still just kind of working things, or they're just really in their head is what I'm getting. But the thing is, The King of Winter's making his appearance and the King of Water's making his appearance. So what about this King of Winter? So we already know. What do we know about this divine masculine here? We know this divine masculine may want a brand new beginning with his divine feminine. But if not, it doesn't mean he doesn't. It just means that it may be about spiritual growth and loving himself, balancing things out in his life finally. He finally feels balanced enough to do this. And some sort of craftsman or new beginnings happening in his material world or career. So that's really cool. Okay, so the King of Winter. What do we need to know about this King of Winter? Four of Winter. Okay, so this is interesting because this is this is showing somebody who is just kind of reserved. So we already know that he's kind of unemotional. He's kind of reserved and pulled back. He's not really sharing so much on the emotional level. So he's just kind of reserved. He's just kind of taking a break. So it says, set aside your concerns for now. You can make a decision later. Solutions that come from meditation, the need for more sleep, or a vacation. Okay, so this is somebody, maybe they've just worked their ass off and they're just taking a break. Maybe this is somebody who's just physically exhausted. Maybe this is somebody who just needs some downtime. And that could come in the form where you don't hear from them, or they go just kind of, they ghost you. You feel like you haven't heard from them in a while. That could be the indication for this one. So that's, what else is going on? After this resting period, what's up? Renewal. That's beautiful. This has to do with judgment. This has to do with reevaluating your life, taking time. So the thing, what I'm getting here is that this time that he takes alone and withdraws in the world, he's really kind of taking a look and reevaluating his life so far and where he's at and where he wants to go. So it's a good opportunity for him to do this because he has this time to do it. This is a good thing. Four of Summer. Again, we still have somebody who is just kind of in this withdrawal mode. So actually what the message that I'm getting with this divine masculine is that he's not really interested in a relationship at this time. Again, I don't want you divine feminines out there to think, oh my God, he doesn't want anything to do with me. But he's still maybe giving you those signs that he's just not into reconnecting at this time. Okay. Just at some point in 2018. I didn't want to do like, this is the time, or I don't want you guys to really concentrate on the time, but that's just kind of what's coming through here. This is somebody who's still just kind of be in that mode. Nine of Winter, yeah, they're going to, I'm seeing that with this one, a little bit of a dark night of the soul. And I know that sounds so cliche to say it, but that's just really what that means to me. This is somebody who is really going within, and they're just kind of, they're dealing with their shadows. They're dealing with why they are bored. They're dealing with why they've been dissatisfied in love and life so far. They're really having to dig deep. They are. And they're ready to do it is what I'm seeing. They're ready to end this, some kind of a cycle. Either they've been doing things a certain way for so long and it just doesn't really ever seem to go anywhere. And so because of that, it's like they're really just ready. They're ready to change it. Figure it out. That's beautiful. The Queen of Autumn here. This is the Queen of Pentacles. This is going to be your earth signs, Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. But again, it doesn't have to be. But the thing is this divine masculine here, it's like the Queen of Autumn is a part of this renewal. So I just want you guys to know that this one, even though he was reserved, even though he may not be coming forth at the beginning, he may later on show up and claim his queen. Okay? He's ready for her. That's the divine feminine to me. He's ready to have this stable person. This is also, to me, it embodies like a mother, somebody he wants to have children with or get married to. So that's really awesome. So we'll just kind of see what else comes up here. So what about this Queen of Autumn? I'm going to kind of take it away from there. What about this divine feminine here? What's going on with her? Look at this. The Devil card. This always comes up for the divine masculine, but look at this. It's coming up for the divine feminine. Okay. The illusion of being trapped, placing too much importance on material items, getting caught up in fear and worry. Okay, so for me, I just feel like, I'm not saying that's the only thing it can represent, but it is. It's straight up, you're just getting caught up in the 3D. You're getting caught up in your ego and worry. That's what you're doing. And it's easy to do it. And I understand it. We all go through it too. So yeah, that's the thing, is this divine feminine, if you're a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus, you just might be at that point right now where you're just really battling. Now, the Queen of Autumn, these earth signs can be very materialistic. And so there could be something that they are just concentrating too hard on the material. And their divine masculines may look at them as being too focused on the material, and that intimidates them. these queens of pentacles could be more successful than their divine masculines. And so because of it makes them feel uncomfortable, the divine masculines. And of course, that's something he needs to work through. But I'm just saying, this is just what's coming through for the message. Six of Summer, but this is beautiful though. This just is that confirmation because we already pulled it over there. I feel like this divine masculine, again, don't concentrate on the sign, please. This is just a divine masculine that's popping up as a marker of a different energy coming through. Where is he? I'm sorry, hold on. There he is, King of Winter. So this King of Winter and this Queen of Autumn already connected. Okay, see how they're connecting here? They're coming back, they're reuniting, you guys. They're reuniting because they remember each other. They have fond memories of each other. This is beautiful. This is really, really beautiful. So they are going to reconnect. So the divine feminine needs to really try to let go of the worry and have more faith in this process. The Four of Autumn. Yeah, this is something about foundation. It's not the Four of Wands, but I do like this card because to me it means that there's a stability within the 3D, the material world. So they want to start building something together. This is a good thing. That's a really good thing. And look at that, the Lovers. Yeah, this divine feminine and masculine have got it going on for sure. You know, they want to come back together and they either want to get married or they just want to make a deeper commitment than they had before. They just want to come back together. They don't want the separation anymore. Neither one of them want it. They don't. So that's great. Life experience. Yeah, this is the Tower. I love this card because this just means that the way of the old relationship isn't going to cut it this time. They want a fresh start. They want something new. They want something that they can build that's going to last. Princess of Winter. So this is new energy coming through. So this is where we're going to switch it. Princess of Winter here. So this is going to be, this could really be for a divine feminine or a masculine, but this is just coming up as like a younger type of energy. This could be somebody who is still just kind of not sure how they want to communicate. They're not sure, like it's in their brains, it's in the thought process, but they're not doing anything with it. This could also be somebody who's very reserved, who might be looking at someone else, spying on social media, just kind of trying to figure out what they're doing or where they're at in their lives. So if this depicts your divine masculine or you, this could be about you. Six of Autumn. This is nice. It says the good you do comes back to you. This has to do with give and take. Kind of like the law of attraction. So the thing, what I'm getting here, the message immediately, is that this particular person is only going to get what they put out. It's not going to just come to them, okay? They have to be willing to either take a chance or step forward in order to get some kind of a result. Whether that's negative or positive, at least something will freaking happen. Five of Winter. Well, that's the thing, is this is the fear. The fear is the Five of Swords, that it's going to be a lose-lose situation. Do you see this? This is equal give and take, back and forth, fluid. This one right here is nobody wins. There's a kind of like a stalemate, like the Two of Swords, but even worse than that, like a bunch of fear and worry on it. Almost like feeling like people are going to lose themselves. People just can't deal with it. So yeah, fear holds this person back, whether that's divine feminines or masculines out there. There's something there. There's something there. Three of Autumn. So the Three of Autumn, it says, follow your passion when it comes to your career. Be the best of what you do. Be compensated for your creative talents. So this is somebody here that may just decide for the time being, they're not coming forward. So they just decide to just kind of work in the material world. They're going to concentrate on material matters. That's what they're going to do. Okay. What else are they going to do? Are they going to think about anything, or it's just going to be about work? Okay, so yeah, this is the divine masculine. So I just wanted to say that this energy coming through doesn't mean that if you were resonating with it, if you were divine feminine, because that could be a part of it too. But this is definitely masculine energy coming through here as well. And then we're going to switch off now and talk about this. But yeah, there's something about this particular divine masculine who's just kind of like, he's not ready to come forth. He is struggling. He's struggling with what to say. For some of them, they might even just be afraid that it's just going to be a battle. And so they would rather just not even deal with it. It's almost like what I'm getting from this is that this person may have the thoughts that they want to come forward and they want to try to resolve something, but the fear is too great. So that, what they do? They just give up. They just give up and walk away because they don't think that they're going to get anything back. So yeah, I mean, this could technically be the fear of the divine feminine for sure. I mean, I think that there's a lot of divine feminines that probably feel that way. But what I'm picking up on is that this has to do with the divine masculine too. So some of them out there could be having this fear, and it really holds them back. And so what they do is they concentrate on the material world. They just concentrate on what's in front of them. They concentrate on what's safe. That's unfortunate. It doesn't mean there's going to be no resolution, but I'm just saying there's a part of this energy right now that I'm plugged into that there's all these scenarios going on. So somebody is bound to connect to one of them. Okay, so this is a specific divine masculine here because he's coming through as the emperor. What's up with this guy? The Chariot. Wow, this divine masculine isn't fucking around. He's ready to roll. He's ready to charge towards something. He's moving forward. This is forward movement. Forward movement. Wow, momentum. 10 of what? He's ready to end a cycle. Wow, I love to see this right after I just saw this shit. He's ready to end a cycle. He's ready to have the resolutions to his difficulties. He is ready. He is ready to end it. He is ready to be done with the cycle. He wants to move forward. He doesn't want to stay stuck anymore. Maybe it's this person. Maybe this is this person just morphed into this person. Do you see what I'm saying? That could also be the indication of the growth of this particular divine masculine. He started as that page of winter, but now he is in this king status and he's taking charge. That could be an indication too. 3 of winter. He doesn't want to feel this anymore, okay? So this is also another message because we were just talking about karmics, that he's ready to end the karmic cycle. We actually already saw that with the energies that came up before. It was the very last message for the karmic relationship. You know how he had the 3 parties, then we had the 3 swords, and then it was the end of the cycle. Somebody wanted to be done with something, and then he shows the divine feminine. That's kind of like what I'm seeing here. He wants to move forward in a positive direction. He no longer wants to stay stuck in this karmic third party cycle bullshit. Yeah, look at him. He wants his queen. He wants his queen. And his queen of spring. This could be a fire sign female, but it doesn't have to be. But that's what he wants. He wants to share his time with this person. He wants to share his time with his divine feminine is what he wants. Okay. Okay, so we're going to put these up and we're going to go into the divine feminine. What about this queen of fire? What's going on here? Okay, so the Queen of Fire is also at the end of a cycle. She is also done too. So I think it's an interesting match between these two. They're both wanting to be done with a cycle. Again, we have the number 10. It could be the 10th month, the 10th day, the 10th year, whatever. They both want to be done with something. They're tired of it. It's too much of a burden. They don't want it anymore. They want to get this shit rolling. And whether that's together or separate, it doesn't matter. These just two need to come together and they just need resolution. Period. The moon. So this is a card that represents Pisces actually. So it could be a special message for Pisces. But yeah, the moon is also about cycles too. This is a cycle that needs to end. These two have been in a dark period of time for quite some time, and they just don't want to be in the dark anymore. They want the illumination. They want to drop the burden. They don't want to be lost anymore, is what I'm seeing. The Magician. So to me, the Magician, it's not the Fool, okay? The Fool to me is a 0, and that's like, you are starting to think about the new beginning. The 1 is you're actually on the new beginning. You're on the new journey. So the Magician has all the tools that he needs to move forward in life. So this is good. So this just means that after this dark period has come in and things have been crumbled down, kind of like that tower, this couple has a fresh beginning with the 1. They both learned. They actually both have the tools now in order to move forward towards a more positive relationship. That's awesome. The High Priestess. Yeah, man. This is the divine feminine here. She spent a lot of time in 5D. Yeah, she's worked on herself in the 3D, but she's worked on herself in the 5D. So she really is just feeling very, very on top or in tune with her intuition. And that is kind of what has kept her going, is just having that inner knowingness and having that inner faith. The World, that is beautiful. This just means it's the completion of a cycle. So this cycle for sure is ending for this particular divine feminine and masculine. They're ready to take on something new. They're ready for a new, fresh start. And I'm going to go ahead and end it there because I just feel like we did go through several different energies there, and you guys kind of saw how some of it blended together and how it may go. Time markers, don't concentrate on that. I just said 2018. I didn't want to really concentrate on months or anything like that like I've done before. Okay, so what else? Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at these. Straight up, what is going on with the divine masculine? How does he feel about the divine feminine? What does he feel right now in his heart towards the divine feminine? I want 3 cards to depict this. What is he feeling right now when he thinks about his divine feminine? What is it? What is connected? What is he thinking in his head? What is he feeling in his heart? What is he struggling with? What is he feeling that's awesome? 3 cards. And I just feel guided to actually do this. Which I never do, but I don't know why I feel guided to do this. Wow, look at this. He wants to come together. He wants to come together with her. He wants to have a reunion. Wow, that's amazing. That's awesome. Okay, that's what he wants. That's what he feels in his heart. This is the 3 of Cups. This has to do with emotions. He wants to come back together with her. He wants to, the thing is, for some of them, it may be that they just want to come together and they want to just have a casual meeting. They may not want to come together and actually be like 100%, let's jump into a relationship and a connection again. Okay. Maybe that's going to take some time. Maybe it's going to take some work. Maybe so much time has gone on that it's like going to be very new. So it's going to have to start off like casual. So it's not that they don't want to come together in like this wonderful, amazing love union, but they do want to have some kind of meeting, come together. Then we have the patience card. This is the Temperance. So the patience is about having patience. So he has patience. So if some of you haven't heard from your divine masculines, or you're kind of losing hope that there's like even anything that can possibly happen, he's biding his time for some reason. Okay. He wants the connection. He wants the reconnection and, coming together, rejoining with you, but he's still like kind of cautious or patiently waiting on something. He's being patient. And one of the reasons why is because he still doesn't feel like he has all of his ducks in a row when it comes to the material world. This is the 5 of Pentacles energy here. So because of this, he's got financial and material changes. So that's the thing, is because he's kind of just like waiting on something. He's either waiting to pay off his debt. He's either waiting to be more stable financially, or he's just got some things going on that he needs to take care of. And so, but the thought and the feeling is there to come back together with his divine feminine, but he's being patient. He's asking you to be patient too, is what I'm getting. Okay. So I'm going to go with, what else we're going with? What does he need her to know right now? Like, what is he hiding from her? What does the divine feminine not know right now about the divine masculine? What does she not know? What does she need to know? That one wanted to come out. Okay, so what's being hidden from the divine feminine right now is the fact that this is the 4 of Wands energy. That's really beautiful, because that's an indication that, and to me, the 4 of Wands is like a twin flame card, because in traditional tarot, it shows these 2 twos, these 2 sticks on either side, which is like 11-11. So to me, I like to see these twin flame cards, especially when we're talking about how the divine feminine or divine masculine feels, or what he wants her to know, or what he's hiding from her, whatever. What I'm getting from this card is a couple of things. Either she doesn't know that he wants this with her, that he feels a connection with her as well, or that he considers her as somebody that he would like to actually have a foundation with. But this could also be the fact that he's hiding from himself. He's denying this within himself. Okay, he's still in that denial phase. So he's hiding it from the divine feminine because he's hiding it from himself. Leah, look at this. That's interesting. This is the 7 of Swords energy here. Seek the truth. Do you see this woman? She is parting the veils of the divine masculine. She has to really take a look and peek in there and see the truth. She has to not get caught up in her ego and the 3D and what she's seeing him doing or not doing. She has to peel the veils and kind of like look into 5D, peek into 5D to just really gain that true understanding of her divine masculine. So what's he hiding from her? He's hiding the truth about how he really feels, but he's also hiding the truth from himself. I'm getting veils. I'm getting somebody is hiding from themselves or not willing to They're just not willing to admit to themselves how they truly, truly feel. They're having a hard time with it. They don't want to feel it. They're denying it. So even though they want to come together with their divine feminine at some point, it's like at the same time, I'm almost feeling like this desire within them is happening, but they're still not really convinced 100% that that's even something that's a possibility. Some of them just might be scared. I hate to say that. It sounds so cliche. He's just scared. Yeah, he wants to be able to give something back. He might not feel like he has anything to give back at this time. But what I'm seeing here also too is that your divine masculine, what he's hiding from you is that he wants to come forward. He wants to come forward. He wants to have this equal give and take within your relationship. He wants to balance it out and do it right this time is what I'm seeing here. So as much fear as I'm seeing within the divine masculine, I'm also seeing that. But I'm also seeing that he's regretful too. He's sad. He doesn't want you to know that he's sad. It's like that's being hidden from you as well. The way that he's feeling or looking at, he's in a state of regret or guilt or something having to do with maybe the past. Maybe he's looking at the past and he doesn't have faith that the two of you can come together and even have a second chance. So what he's hiding from you is the fact that he's actually afraid, that he doesn't really have confidence that the two of you, that you would even want him, or that if he reached out that you would, you know, that you wouldn't, what's the word I'm looking for? Reject him. That actually came up earlier. So it's like being afraid of being rejected. That's what I'm seeing. So it kind of keeps somebody in a just a fear that they can't move forward because they're stuck in fear. Okay. Okay, what am I going to ask here? Okay, I just want to see, like, what the divine masculine, like, what are the pictures in his mind right now? That would be interesting. The pictures in his mind. Okay, this is interesting because this is about wearing a mask and trying to fit in within a society or within a situation, trying to run with a flock. That it's not necessarily that it's not him, but he's not able to be his true authentic self. So that's what's going on in his mind. He is really trying to either fit in or fit the mold of some situation, just kind of like make something fit. And it's not that it won't fit. It's just that that's just what he's thinking about. He's thinking about how he can be accepted. This might be a divine masculine that isn't 100% comfortable with being who he is. And so he has to play a role right now. That's interesting. All right, what else? This is also what's in his mind. That's the divine feminine. Okay, I'm getting a few messages from this. This is somebody who actually is wanting to send her some kind of communication, and he knows that it's just a matter of time. He knows like time's running out, that it's been a long time, that she might be becoming impatient with him, that does he still have a chance? Should he send something? Should he communicate? That's what's coming through. He's worried. There is something about the time that's ticking, and he knows it, and he's got to conjure up the strength to make a move or come forward with the message. That's just what I'm getting here. Because we have the telephone and we have the letter. What else is with that letter? And then we have the clock. Yeah, there's something about news or communication. So that's on his mind. That's in his mind right now. He's thinking of his divine feminine when it comes to reaching out right now. That's just what I'm seeing here. Again, this is very similar to this card here. This is all about the way that someone looks. The divine masculine might not like the way that he looks, or he might not feel good about himself right now. Again, this is one of the reasons why he's trying to possibly fit into a mold or something where he feels better about himself. He may still just be reflecting and not liking what he sees. So I'm actually seeing a lot of inner turmoil going on for the divine masculine, where he's just kind of he's still just trying to just get through some of these things that are just keeping him down. Yeah, look, he's still looking at his divine feminine. Look at this, guys. He is looking at his divine feminine, and he knows that the time is ticking. He knows that either too much time has passed. It's like that worry that too much time has passed. So much freaking time has passed that the numbers are starting to fall off of this freaking clock. He might feel that he blew it, that he just waited way too long. Or that he wants to wait a little longer, but he's not ready yet, but he's taking a chance if he does, and it's a worry. Something like that. Something like that. Yeah, this right here, I don't feel that this is the divine feminine in the photo. What I'm seeing here is more or less just kind of like not doing anything. To me, it's like Four of Swords energy, where we're just laying down and we're resting and we're kind of letting other people just kind of do things. So I'm seeing like this withdrawal almost that's going on here, just like exhaustion, mental exhaustion, just kind of like, oh my God, I'm so exhausted. I don't know if I could do it today. I don't know if I can just keep moving forward. I don't know if I'm going to be able to reach that goal. So that's also something else that's going on there. Wow, look at this. Some of them are actually looking at their divine feminine and they're thinking how they want a child with her. But I'm also getting the sense here that he wants to be nurtured by the divine feminine. He really, really longs for her nurturing. He may have not gotten this nurturing from anybody else, but he always had it with her, and he really is craving that right now. So he's thinking about that. He's thinking of the divine feminine in terms of nurturing, somebody who he feels safe. He wants to be in her arms. He wants to feel protected and safe again. That's what he wants. Yeah. But also, too, he's thinking about some shit that he's got hanging around on his back that's heavy. It's heavy burdens. This is like 10 of Wands for me. Heavy burdens. Just, there's other things that he has going on in his mind, too. We see it with the pictures here. All the pictures are of, you know, either the divine feminine or just people. And he's got this one that's just on his back, okay? What I'm getting from this is two things. He feels the pressure. He feels the pressure that he knows that he's got to get this thing figured out. He knows that he's got to move forward with something. He has to make some sort of decision, or that he, in fact, has some sort of energy that is holding him down from doing what he wants to do. But he's thinking about it. He's stressed. He's stressed about it is what I'm getting. He's stressed. He's trying to fit in. He's trying to love himself. He knows time's wasting. He's seeing his divine feminine. She's out there in the distance, but he doesn't know what he's going to do. Look. I'm seeing that your I'm seeing that the divine masculine is either spying on the divine feminine, or that he's there and she just doesn't know it. It's very weird what's coming up here. But I'm also seeing that like he's looking in on her, like even if she doesn't think that he ever thinks of her, or even if she thinks that, you know, he's not around, it's almost like he's energetically with her, which we know he is. And I'm just looking at my timestamp on my video. It was 1:11. But yeah, the divine masculine here is looking in on the divine feminine. He's either spying on her, or he's like looking in and protecting her, or something like that. But there is just this energy of just not quite ready to be in front of her. He's still behind her. He's still not ready to make his move. It's like he's prey, like that she's his prey, and he's like sneaking up on her. So I'm feeling like a reserve here, and somebody who is either afraid to come forward, or they're just like wasting time, and they know the time is being wasted, but they're doing it anyways. They just can't get out of it. This also too, he's in fear that his divine feminine is going to move on, that she's not going to wait. That either she's already moved on, she's already found her flock and she's moving forward, or that she's going to leave him in the dust, that he's going to return and she's not going to want him. She's going to have moved on. I'm also seeing too that your divine masculine sees you in another world. Again, all of these messages that are coming through don't have to be for one particular divine masculine, so try not to make them fit. This is just kind of like some of the information that's coming through for a lot of different people. This is somebody who he doesn't feel like he belongs in your world. There's some kind of a mismatch there. He doesn't have the confidence that he can be in your world, or even hang in your world. There could be some differences between the two of you that he's still having a hard time wrapping his head around how that's even going to freaking work. You guys might live in different states or countries, and that's like, well, wait, we live in two different worlds. How is that even going to work? Why am I even thinking about this? But it's there. That's what he's thinking about. Also, they're reflecting. They're reflecting on the past. They're trying to put the pieces together. And see, we have the divine feminine here, okay? It's like he's still trying to put the pieces together, kind of like how she fits in the bigger picture, in the bigger scheme of things. He knows she fits, but he's not quite sure how. So he's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. Beautiful. I love that this card came. It's one of my favorite cards, especially when I'm talking about twin flames. Do you see the divine feminine? You see this? She is reaching out to him from the 5D, and she is touching him with her beautiful energy, her beautiful healing energy. And he feels it. He feels it. Do you see how he has his head down? And he feels it, and he accepts it, and he wants it. Right now, that is what the divine masculine, that is also in his mind. He might think he's going crazy that he feels your energy or he feels your touch, but he's feeling something. It's either in a dream or he energetically just kind of feels something or remembers you when he feels something. There's something going on there that he's thinking about in his head. And it could be that it's a dream that I'm picking up on, but there's just something where there's a connection between the two of you and he feels it and he recognizes it. That's amazing. And I'm going to draw one more card. And we're going to wrap it up. Interesting. So this particular card does have a specific meaning, but I don't use that for this deck. To me, this is like the divine masculine who has this blindfold on, okay? And he's got all of these choices in front of him, and he is just kind of touching them and feeling them out. He's trying to feel with what's right. Instead of seeing things and seeing what's right for him and seeing what's right in front of him, he's trying to feel his way through it. So this to me is somebody who is going within, and they're really trying to figure out things by feeling things, okay? So their feelings, they're trying to trust their intuition more. They're trying to go within to make their decisions. They're viewing you in their emotional side is what I'm actually seeing, not so much their logical side. So these are very interesting things that are going on for the divine masculine of what's going on with what he's thinking about in his head. I've actually never done that before. Yeah, I mean, I have done that, like with what's he's thinking and, you know, how does he feel? But this was really cool because this is Oracle of Visions. And as you guys can see, there are no words on it. So you have literally no choice but to derive the messages through channeling as well as, you know, the art that's on there. So it's a really beautiful deck to work with. And I think that actually went very, very well. So anyways, I know this was a super long and drawn out reading, and I know not everybody likes those, but I know that there's some of you that love it. So anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope that you guys got something interesting from it, whether you have a karmic or whether there's a karmic relationship going on in your situation, or you just wanted to tune in just to kind of see what's going on. I'll go ahead and label it both ways so you guys know, and I'll timestamp it too. That way, if you don't want to see the karmic, you don't have to sit through it. Thank you guys so much. I will see you guys next time.